Good morning. Revelation chapter 8 begins in a fascinating way. There is 30 minutes of silence in heaven. Now, what is that? Well, there are several good insights. First, everyone is in awe at what God has just revealed. That during the Great Tribulation, as His wrath is being poured out on evil and His enemies, He is still saving souls. What a kind and merciful God. He will save 144,000 Jews. That number represents the completed number of those who will be saved in fulfillment of the promise He made to Israel. Well, that's awesome. And He will save multitudes from every tribe and nation on earth, just as He had prophesied. He does what He said He will do. That's awesome. So heaven's inhabitants are silent in awe. Or it might be that everyone is quiet with anticipation at what is about to happen next. Remember, there was a pause after the sixth seal judgment to answer the question that was asked, who can stand? Well, now that the answer has been given, heaven awaits the opening of the seventh seal and wonders what will happen. They quietly anticipate. I understand that. Or it could be that they're quiet as if they were watching the theater. After all, it is dramatic as we read of the angels' actions, because in those actions there are crucial lessons about prayer that God is wanting us to know. So let's read the text. This is from Revelation 8, 1 through 5. When the Lamb opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. Then I saw the seven angels who stand before God, and seven trumpets were given to them. And another angel came and stood at the altar with a golden censer, and he was given much incense to offer with the prayers of all the saints on the golden altar before the throne. And the smoke of the incense with the prayers of the saints rose before God from the hand of the angel. Then the angel took the censer, filled it with fire from the altar, and threw it on the earth. And there were peals of thunder, rumblings, flashes of lightning, and an earthquake. Now, what this passage means is that the saints, God's people, have been praying to Him when they were persecuted, asking Him for mercy and help to stop and deal with their persecutors. And while God acted in measures, it was not yet time for His final wrath to be revealed. But now, in the Great Tribulation, the day of the Lord has come. It is time. And God's wrath is being poured out in measures through 21 judgments, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, and 7 bowls. And His responses are answers to many prayers. Yes, God heard His people cry out. Yes, God cared. Yes, God would eventually express His vengeance. It's no coincidence that the angel here in Revelation 8 is at the altar of incense. That element of the tabernacle represented the prayers of God's people. And when His people lifted them up, they were like a sweet aroma to God. We aren't a bother to God. We're His beloved children, and He delights in hearing from us. We are to pray and ask, and then trust Him for His answers in His perfect timing and way. This morning, listen to a few scriptures about prayer, and then we'll close with a time of prayer that I'll begin and then you continue. You may even want to practice the discipline of silence, even for a minute or two, being still and quiet before the Lord. Remember, in prayer, we don't always have to be talking and making requests. There are times we can just rest before the Lord and let Him minister to us. Colossians 4:2, devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful. James 5:13, is anyone among you in trouble? Let them pray. Verse 16, the prayer of a righteous person has great power as it is working. You want proof? He continues, Elijah was a man with a nature like ours, And he prayed fervently that it might not rain, and for 3 years and 6 months it did not rain on the earth. Then he prayed again, and heaven gave rain, and the earth bore its fruit. What a testament to the power of prayer. Now, it doesn't mean that we're directing God in what he should do, but it does mean that we are agreeing with him in what he is doing. We align with him. Our hearts become entwined with his, and we pray for his kingdom to come, his will to be done. In fact, I thought it would be beneficial today if we would just again join our hearts in following the pattern the Lord gave us to pray. And then at the end, I'll conclude, but you continue, elaborate upon different phrases of the prayer, perhaps have some moments of silence, but make the most of these moments in prayer. The Lord bless you. Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.